Good morning, guys. How's everyone doing? Welcome to another day. Familiar faces. Yeah, looking a bit positive today. Lava girl. Yeah, definitely. Nasdaq held a really important level yesterday. I don't know if you guys remember. We talked about that this level right here, this 15,570, 15,580 level, right here on. Oops, I don't want the arrow. Right here on the NQ. So if you guys remember, right around this area, we did dip through it in the morning, but overall, we did hold that level, the little triple bottom right there. Stream hasn't been recommended all week. I don't know. Piss off YouTube. We have about the same. I think we have about the same viewers. I don't know. YouTube's funny. They change, what they recommend all the time. But yeah, nice little Nasdaq hold at this 15,570. 1, 2, 3, 4 yesterday. Nice hold. So let me zoom in on this real quick. Sam, yeah, I mean, it happens, man. You're not always going to be right. As long as you can come back, keep your mindset right, try to find new opportunities, then that's really all you can do. So you had that little structure point here on Monday, right here, and you can see that we held that once again. So 1 here, 2, 3, 4. So really nice hold. Held this level all day yesterday. So that is bullish. I like that. I like that we're holding that. We're a little bit of on an uptrend, so we will see what happens today. Yeah, Amazon today. Yeah, we'll definitely look at that. You have to find it now. Yeah, you guys, if you guys subscribe and put the bell notification button, that helps a lot. You'll usually get a notification of when I go live if you press that. So you just got to go to. I'm not sure exactly what it looks like on your end, but mine says customized channel, so I don't think it's going to look the same as mine. But if you go here, there should be subscribe or bell, something like that. The link is here. You go. Let me get that link for you. So this is what it looks like, guys. The link to put in your tickers. Let me share the link real quick. So here you go. Oh, I can't put it here because then everyone gets access to it. So go to my community tab. It's in there every day, guys. In there every day. Right here. There's the link. You go to community on my channel and you will see this document. Just press on it if you're a member of the channel, and you can submit any tickers that you want to see. So let's go ahead and look at the schedule. Good morning to everyone. A lot of familiar faces. Actually got stopped out. LCID. What's going on with LCID? I don't really watch. Those stocks. Lucid. A little bit of a dip. We can look at Lucid. All right, so it is September. It's a new month. It is new opportunities, new things to look at. Another month to see how the market responds to some of the stuff going on. We have a big Fed meeting in September. That's I'm not sure the exact date. I think it's like maybe the second week of September. So another Fed meeting to be aware of. See what they talk about, but we'll have to take it day by day and see what happens. So here is the schedule today. Amazon, futures as always, Nasdaq, Dow, S&P. Amazon gap fill, guys. That thing is really underway. You guys know we have been looking at that for some time now, and congratulations to anyone that actually caught that gap fill. Right, it's been pretty clean. The break of 3,400 was the level I was watching. We broke that 3,400 level, and a really nice retest at it. We'll look at it today, and this thing has been rock solid all day yesterday as the Nasdaq was selling off. You had Amazon holding up beautifully, so a very, very nice hold on Amazon yesterday, and it looks like it is moving higher once again this morning. So Amazon has been very hot, very, very hot. September historically being a red month. Yeah, I mean, we'll have to, I just, I don't try to anticipate these things. I just watch the market day by day. And eventually you'll start to see, you'll start to see bearish trends in the price action, right? You'll start to see lower lows. You'll start to see breaks of uptrends. And that's when, I start to change my bias. But at this point, what are you really going to do? Are you going to buy SPY puts as it's hitting all-time highs just because September is a red month historically? I don't think so. I don't think that's a good strategy. Just buying puts as the market's going straight up because September's red usually. So wait. You can keep that thought in the back of your mind. And just keep that thought saying, okay, September is historically red. Maybe it's something to keep an eye out for, but that don't take action on that just because of that fact. Take action when the price action is telling you to. So right now, the price action is not telling you that it's time to load up on shorts or puts, in my opinion, unless you just want to really play the contrary and just go totally against the trend. So like Netflix, I took a small shot against as I started to see the price action weaken. So the Netflix put was sort of like a shot at seeing the price action weaken. That's why I went for it. You guys remember on the stream, we were watching this. Sorry, hold on. This thing's not gonna let me. Remember we were watching this resistance at 15,380. We were getting this resistance 1, 2, 3, tough level. I took my Netflix put, and because I started to see this thing start to make lower lows, and I thought, okay, maybe this is where we start to move lower back to this level, and so that's why I took that Netflix put. But obviously, the market did not want to roll over; it's going straight up, and at this point, there's nothing here to tell me that it's time to take downside plays. If we start to get maybe like a downside and then a retest and a lower high, maybe then you can take something to the downside on a potential downtrend that's forming. But right now, I would say that fact is just something to keep in mind. Mark, there's definitely someone out there that doesn't like me, so they just come here and dislike it. That's what they do. They wake up and they run to the computer and they go, oh my God, I need to dislike Vincent's video because he's such a idiot. Anyways, so yeah, that's what I would keep an eye out for. So futures, NASDAQ, S&P, and Dow. And then Amazon gap fill. We'll look at Amazon. Tesla 730, very important level yesterday. So we'll look at Tesla. It held 730 beautifully, and we'll see if we can play off that level. LVS, a trade that I'm currently in, that is working out beautifully. A nice gap up this morning. It's a sad way to live, right? Nice move higher this morning, $45.10 on the bid. So really nice trade on LVS, working out beautifully. Apple retest. I'll show you guys the Apple retest that I'm looking at. PayPal. So I did take profits on PayPal yesterday. It started the morning really weak. They probably did lose money on my Roku play. I sorry, but like if you're gonna follow someone else, you have to you got to be ready to follow them through their losses and wins. So I mean, I would first off not recommend to follow anyone on their trades. You can see what I take and learn from it maybe, or take it into consideration as like a potential play, an idea. Like, do I like this? Do I not like this? Let me do my own information. Let me look at it myself. Let me see if I like it. Like if I hear, someone on my Discord's taking, like one of my associates, ADR, When she takes trades, I don't just instantly take them. I look at what she's taking. I learn from why she's taking it. I ask her questions about it. I take my own information and I do my own due diligence, whether I like it or not. If I don't like it, it doesn't mean that she's taking a bad trade. I just don't want to take it in that situation. It's not working for my current information, and not working for my portfolio. If I do take it and it's wrong, it's not her fault. I went into that trade with my own risk. I went into that trade because I looked at it and I thought it was good as well. So people just need to take a little bit of responsibility for what they're doing. And if you're going to follow my trades, which, you're more than welcome to if you want, but, I lose trades too. So, that's how it works, guys. This is yeah, I don't know. People are interesting. People want to get fed. But at PayPal continuation, we'll see if PayPal can continue today. Dipped early morning yesterday. It dipped yesterday because of some weakness in the morning. I took about 19. I think it was like, what was it? It was like in the teens, I believe, 12%. I took about 12% win on PayPal. Not bad, decent. But if we look at it today, which we will, it is starting to come back higher. It looks pretty good for maybe some continuation. It held at an important level, so I think you guys should keep an eye on this one. Next, Coin. Coin is something that I think is going to move higher. Over the next few months. I don't know. Coin's really been holding up. It's such an interesting stock, and it trades so weird. But I think it is not a bad play. If you're bullish on Bitcoin or if you're bullish on cryptos, I really don't think Coin is a bad play. Whether just buying shares or buying some leaps, it's really holding up. I think there will be positivity in the cryptos eventually, and this could be a very nice play to take. And then finally, we are going to be looking at Disney. Disney, really nice, heating up yesterday. Yeah, PayPal was tough. PayPal's been tough. And Disney heating up. Nice day yesterday for Diz, and we can go ahead and take a look at that as well. So that's my schedule. And then if you guys, any of the members, I'll go through the stuff that you guys want to look at. Make sure to press on the link. Here is the link to the community right here. I'll pin it. Any of the members, you'll see a post from me on that channel within the last 10 minutes, and you can go there to look at it. All right. I'm going to quickly go blow my nose because I'm stuffed up. I'm just crazy stuffed up right now. And I'll be right back, guys. I don't know. I woke up with a really stuffy nose. So give me 2 seconds real quick. All right, I'm back. It's like up in my nasal cavity. Got a little sinuses problems. My dad has bad sinuses, and I think I have problems that he has. So let's go ahead and jump into this, guys. So number one, futures /NQ. Nice little break, John. So yesterday, we were watching the NASDAQ. Turn volume off for Diz. Yeah, it was a quick nose blow break. Welcome. How do you say that? Mozam? I'm not sure how to say that, but welcome, sir. To the priority members. So NASDAQ, we were watching this hourly chart yesterday, right? We were watching this NASDAQ hourly chart. You can see we have some structure here in the market, and we had this level mapped out. Now, just looking at this level from Monday, just sort of gave you this whole move yesterday, just really outlined exactly what we needed to do. Worked out really well. Look at where we held here multiple times on the NQ. So 15,570, a very, very nice hold. Pre-market, we held that level, moved higher, dipped below it, got quickly bought up under that level, and then you can see the rest of the day. We just had a beautiful hold. 1, 2, 3. Very nice hold here on the NASDAQ, and we continue to make higher lows throughout the rest of the day. So you can see we're on a little bit of an uptrend here, making higher lows here, and we're pushing off this level here again on the NASDAQ this morning. So at this point, as you come into today, guys, I would just be watching this 15,570, 15,560 area. Watch this area right here, and as long as we hold above it, I would be holding. I would be bullish on the NASDAQ today. As long as we hold above that, then I would say you have to be bullish on the NASDAQ. If we get a pullback to it and we hold it once again, then maybe you get, maybe you take an opportunity once again. So as long as you hold this 15,560, that is where I stay bullish. If we get a dip below that, then maybe you can start to move back lower to this previous structure point here. After that, you have the longer term structure point back down to right back down to 15,380. You guys can see here's a structure point in the market right here. Here's another one. Let's turn this green. Make it transparent. So here's one here, here's another, and then this is the big one that we never retested. Remember, I was looking for this retest. We never got that. So in the short to medium term, here is some of your downside levels to be watching. You have today 15,560s. After that, you have the 15,455s, and then you have a pretty big one here at 15,380. So those are some of the levels that I would be watching today on the NASDAQ. But overall, this level here, 15,566, is the level to hold. As long as we hold above that, I'm thinking this is looking very, very bullish. And as of right now, you are actually getting a pretty decent push here on the NASDAQ as we're speaking. So here's the 1 minute chart, and you guys can see a pretty big spike going on right now. Did we get any news? Hold on a second here. So this morning we do have, we did already get news at 8:15. Okay, I didn't realize it was 8:15. I thought it was 8:30. So we had we had an employment report come out. I thought it was 8:30, guys. So we have this ADP employment report. At 9:45 we have the manufacturing PMI. Tomorrow we have the jobless claims. But Friday non-farm payrolls, unemployment rate. I did not realize we had it at 8:15. Okay. So those must have been good. Let me see if I have the numbers here on my breaking news here. Hold on. Breaking news. What do we got? We got anything here? Moderna jumps 1.8%. Is Moderna jumping right now? I got nothing within the last few minutes. 326 versus 330. Okay, so we got some lower than expected payrolls, which you guys know would help out the market at this point in time. So we're getting a little bit of a push higher in the market because of that employment report. It looks like we're getting a pretty nice push right now. So that's good to see. Let's go ahead and keep an eye on that. Let's see how this market responds to that. But right now, decent hold here, decent push higher. How's the Dow doing? Not much on the Dow. Snap, crackle, pop. Thank you, sir. Thanks for posting that. All right, so a little bit of a spike there in the NQ. Let's just go ahead and move on. I don't want to waste too much time here, but a nice little push. Maybe you watch this pre-market high here. Watch this pre-market high as resistance. This high is at 15,648.50, so right around here. All right, quickly to the ES. We did get a little bit more volatile on the ES yesterday by that level, actually. So let me Thinkorswim always stops me from zooming in. I don't know why. But I was originally watching this 45.25 level. We didn't really hold that level. We were sort of chopping around all day yesterday. We did end up holding it in the after hours yesterday and getting a nice push higher. So at this point, you got to watch the all-time highs, 45.42. Excuse me. And then 45, you can just watch these lows here, I would say. 45.15. This is a tough level over here because it's not really much of a strong. You have this previous retest that maybe is where it wanted to hold. You guys can see this previous high right here. Maybe that is where this retest really took place. So you can see previous highs right here on the SPY, on the S&P. And we held that right here intraday yesterday. So nice little hold. I would just say watch these all-time highs as a previous resistance level, and then watch these previous highs here as potential support today. So you guys can see these highs, 1, 2, 3, 4. See all those highs that just came in there? That would be my new level to watch as support to the downside. So 45.28, that would be where I would be watching as support to the downside. If you guys want to see, if you want to keep an eye on the SPY, if we get any pullbacks, that's where I'd want to see some kind of bounce, right, off that level, and then maybe a push, back through high. So watch these lows, these highs right here from yesterday, see if it can hold as support. If not, then maybe you get back into this choppiness from yesterday. So 45.28 to the downside today. I'd hope to see that hold. I would hope to see that hold, and then obviously new highs would be, always love new highs. Dow. So let's go out to the 4-hour. Dow Jones has been, had a decent day yesterday. Mozem, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but go to the pinned post. You see, like in the chat, there's the blue message where it's pinned. It says my name next to it. Click on that, and then on that screen, you will see a link that says it's a Google Docs. You can post your tickers there. And it's just an Excel document. So here is the Dow. This was a level that I've been watching, right? This 35.081. We've been holding support there. We've been holding above it. At this point, I think you just got to watch all-time highs at this point. So just continue to watch the Dow, see if it can hold all-time highs, see if it can hold this higher lows that are forming. If we go to the daily chart, you have that 20 SMA that's there below as support. You can see right here, 20 SMA holding as support. So at this point, you're either going to go to all-time highs if this market continues to be strong, or you're going to try to continue to bounce off the 20 SMA. But right now, the Dow has just been sort of grinding slowly higher. Really nice trend. I would just be watching that all-time high. That's really all. But all right, guys, so that's the futures. Let's go ahead and quickly jump in through some of these stocks that we want to look at. So first one is Amazon. All right, so Amazon was, Amazon's under a very nice little move here right now. Beautiful move. We had that big gap down. We were talking about the gap down. If we go out to the 4-hour chart, you guys can see that we were watching that 3,400 level. That was the first level. The reason I was watching that level was because of this previous resistance right here. So you can see we had some previous resistance right in this area. And I figured that if we broke that resistance, that we would get a nice move to happen, right? So we broke that resistance, we pulled back to it, a beautiful little break and retest, and just an awesome move off of this, a beautiful move. And what really sort of hurts me is that this move happened when I was in the airport and when I was not at my desk. It really hurts. So, it happens. I will definitely look for another opportunity here because I don't think Amazon is done. If we get any pullbacks to maybe some previous retest levels, maybe back to here, or even maybe back to these highs here, I will definitely be looking for potential entries. The reason I say these levels is because if you zoom in, you can see in the past, yesterday and Monday, we did hold these as resistance. And if we come back to them, I would assume they turn into support. So around 34.55 and 34.40 would be two levels that I would be looking for retests at. Normally I would say yes, this looks overextended. However, you are in the middle of a gap fill. So gap fills can sometimes be very quick. So you guys know that we had a gap down on Amazon. If I go to the daily chart, you can see this gap down, right? And Amazon is in the middle of this gap down. This is a huge gap on the daily chart. Look at this gap here on the daily chart. This entire level between 3,400 and 3,600 is an entire gap. And it is very possible for Amazon to move up to 3,600, 3,580 relatively quickly. These gaps, when these stocks get into these gaps, it's sometimes a very, very quick move, and sometimes it goes against all the things that you think are possible. Ideally, yes, I'd love to see a pullback, maybe back to some of these levels, the ones that I just pointed out. But if it doesn't happen, I would not be surprised. So I'm going to be patient. I'm going to look for the pullbacks. If I get one, then I'm going to be all over this. So congratulations to anyone that caught this thing. I know some of the people in the chat did. We've been watching this for a long time. We continued to say how Amazon could be a huge opportunity every single day. This 3,200 hold right here was great. Nice little push higher. And the 3,400 break sort of just solidified that move, in my opinion, the break over this previous level right here. So nice move. Hopefully for most people out there, we get a pullback. And guys, if you know anything about trading psychology, if there's a pullback on Amazon, I guarantee there will be buyers of that pullback. There's a lot of people looking at this. And any pullback they see, there's going to be people at the door waiting to buy this. So look for pullbacks. If you get them, don't be scared to consider taking an opportunity. If you lose on it, you lose on it, guys. And you can't be scared to lose. When there's a great opportunity, presenting itself, sometimes you got to take that risk. That's why you're here. That's why you're trading. You got to take calculated risks. If it's a good look, if it's a good setup, then maybe take it. And maybe we get the rejection off psychological 3,500 today. That's possible too. So watch 3,500. Maybe there's some psychological resistance there. If there is, maybe you can get a little bit of a pullback. But yes, yesterday pre-market was the perfect pullback right here. You guys can see perfect pullback to the retest level of 3,400. That was your perfect pullback right there. Yeah, you can even take in the money credit spreads. Yeah, you can do a lot of different strategies here. But either way, keep an eye on it, guys. Very nice move. Congratulations to anyone that took that. I would be looking at 34.55 and 34.39 as pullbacks if we get there. If not, see how 3,500 reacts today. Tesla. So Tesla, guys, continues to be a little bit of a tease. It has made a nice little move here over the last few days, that's for sure. So we made a decent move here on Monday. We pushed higher, found some rejection at 7:30. In the after hours, we got above it. And what did we do? Yesterday morning? We pulled back to 7:30. If you were on the stream yesterday, you guys know, I don't need to say this again. You guys know we just continued to say all morning that if Tesla holds 7:30, there could be a nice move off of it. If Tesla holds 7:30, there could be some, an open where we push higher off that level. So if I go to the 5-minute chart, what you guys will see is that yesterday morning we were putting in some crazy candles here at market open, right at 7:30, holding it really, really nicely. Eventually, we got that push higher, decent push to 7:40, but still, guys, this is it doesn't seem like old Tesla to me. Still, it's still very choppy. A lot of the big candles are getting chopped down. Every push higher has been sort of getting pushed down, pushed lower. Big rejection here later in the day, but another beautiful hold at 7:30. So at this point, guys, 7:30 is the level to watch. Look how many times it has bounced off this level. So today, as long as you hold 7:30, I would continue to be bullish on Tesla. If you fall below 7:30, then you have some other problems to worry about. Maybe you come back down to this previous retest of around 7:15. So 7:30 is the level to watch. Keep an eye on that level today. If you get a dip below that, then I'd be looking at the 7:15. And you know what, guys? A 715 bounce would actually be a very nice little uptrend bounce. So I would expect, or I would like to see a 715 dip right back to 715 here. Why do I say that? Because it's a previous retest level, previous resistance, which would probably turn into support. And not only that, it's a pullback to an uptrend, and it also is a pullback most likely to this 100 SMA. So this right here, I'm going to keep this on my charts. I'm not going to delete it. I'm going to keep this exact drawing on my charts. And in about a week from now, 2 weeks from now, let's see where Tesla is. And let's see if it sort of went along with our charts here. So I would like to see a pullback to 715, which would meet this uptrend, which would meet this retest level, which would potentially be a great buying opportunity. So that's what I'm looking at on Tesla. Or, if it continues to push higher, I'll continue to look for opportunities. So that's Tesla. LVS. LVS is a stock that I'm in. This is Las Vegas Sands. You guys know I got into this because it was at these virus lows. Don't need to go over this again. I went over it a few times. Just want to show you how it's doing. So you had this virus low here back in March of 2020. Why is this not working? Right here, March of 2020. We pulled back to that exact level over the last few weeks. Not sure why. I mean, I'm sure some bad news on their earnings report and just, overall just negativity around the virus coming back. But I looked at this as a buying opportunity, and I'm looking for us to get back to this $48 level. Right now, looking really good, working out very well. So we'll see if this thing can continue up to 48. That's really it. Just watching LVS off that bounce, off that 36 level, looking for 48 to come in. Apple. So Apple, obviously, if the NASDAQ is strong today, Apple probably will not retest this level. However, if Apple retests, guys, if you guys like to trade Apple, keep 150 on your charts, because if we get a pullback to 150 and we retest this previous resistance, I think this is a great opportunity on Apple. So I would definitely be keeping an eye on Apple here. I'm going to keep this pretty short because that's really all I have to say about Apple. I would just be looking at a 150 retest because this should be rock solid support at this point. You have heavy resistance in the past that we broke above, and if we come back to it, I would expect there to be some type of support. So if you like to trade Apple, keep 150 on your charts. This is clear previous resistance. Yeah, I would definitely be looking for that. Apple breaking retest posted in the Discord. Oh, okay. I didn't even realize that. Nice. Good look. Did you post it in the technical analysis? Looking for it. All right. So keep an eye on that, guys. Apple, let's see if it pulls back to 150. If it does, that would be, I think, a great opportunity for potential upside. Okay. PayPal. What's this? PayPal. So you guys know we got some news on PayPal. A really nice inverse head and shoulders. We talked about this on the stream right here. Inverse head and shoulders that formed on PayPal. One left shoulder, head, right shoulder. That's a very bullish formation. We got a catalyst on Monday. Was it Monday? Yeah. No. Yes. Monday. Yeah. Catalyst on Monday that pushed this thing higher. We go back to the 4 hour, and it broke through this very tough 280 level, right? So 280 level right here, previous resistance, you can see that right here, 280 resistance right there. We broke through it. We started to move higher off that catalyst. I took a trade on this on Monday, looking for some continuation into yesterday. We got a little bit of continuation, not that much. I did get in at a good time. I got in on a pullback on Monday. I didn't buy it at its high. So I was able to close the trade about 12% higher yesterday. I closed it out when PayPal started to move lower. There was a 288 level that I was watching. I'll go to the 5-minute chart for you guys. Let me go to the 1-minute chart. Yesterday, there was a 288 level. This was pre-market lows. I did not want to see it drop below. I didn't want to see it drop below this 288 level right around here. And once it did, I went ahead and I took my 12% profit. You can see it did move lower throughout most of the day, pretty weak on the 1 minute chart. But later in the day, if I go back to the 15 minute, later in the day, you guys will see that, yeah, they're starting their own brokerage, correct? Or their own trading platform. I don't know exactly what they're doing. But pull back. I took my profits around 288. We pulled back to this previous structure point, which is very interesting. You guys see this previous structure here? Right here on Monday, where we pulled back to is where we held support. And we pulled back to that exact same level yesterday, guys. So I don't know if PayPal's done. I don't believe it is. I think this definitely can continue. So you had a nice little breakout. You had a breakout of this previous resistance. We moved higher, found support, came back, found support once again, and we are moving off that level again here, guys. So I would definitely watch PayPal today. And the reason why I think there's more upside is because this is another daily chart gap that can be filled here. So there is a gap up to $297, $300 a share, and I would definitely be watching that that opportunity here on PayPal. When you day trade, you use the same strike expiration? No. So EGB, when I swing trade, I definitely want to take a little bit more time on the contract. So when you're day trading, you can usually take the same week expiration, the shortest expiration. When you are swing trading, you want to get I like to take at least 2 weeks, but that's still even short. So I would recommend like at least 4 weeks of time on your contracts if you're looking for a trade to set up. You want to give it some time to set up, some time for it to work out. So you want some time. So for example, if let's say you bought this dip on PayPal down here at 270, it took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days so far to move. If you would have taken like a 4 days till expiration contract, you would have got, they would have expired, and then you'd see in about another 4 to 5 days that your trade actually worked out, and you would not be happy. So you definitely want to have some time for you to be able to hold the position for the trade to work out. So PayPal starting to move higher. I definitely think there is more here. Volume is definitely increasing a little bit, Hans. So you get a little bit of a volume increase over the last 2 days. So definitely keep an eye on PayPal, guys. Maybe up to this 297, 298, and then 300. I could definitely see that if the market continues to stay strong. Coin. So I'm just going to quickly show you guys coin. There's really not much here, but I just want to show you the overall just consolidation and uptrend that has been forming. So you're getting that, you got that move lower after IPO. You got just a ridiculous support hold here at 208 area. I really don't think coin's ever going to go below this level. If it does, I'd be shocked. That would be really ugly. And then at this point, you're getting a really nice uptrend here, right? So you're getting higher lows almost every single week. Higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. You're finding some resistance at 260, but really we are starting to move above that 260. 260 has been a very tough level. Like every time it's even tapped it got rejected. And you can see now it's actually opening today above 260. So I would definitely keep an eye on coin, guys. I don't know if you guys have shares of this. I don't know what maybe you have RK. I have a lot of RK shares, ARK ETF, and they own a lot of coin. So I am definitely exposed to an opportunity on coin. If it moves higher, I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. So I'm definitely looking to see if coin can continue here around this 260 level. It would be interesting to see if it can hold. But overall, an uptrend, a nice little rejection area, 260. If this does break through, I could definitely see some upside on coin. Crypto wakes up, Bitcoin does another crazy rally. People start going crazy about Bitcoin again. Bitcoin's at 70K, something crazy like that. If that ever happens in the future, which I think a lot of people, sort of wait for that time to happen, and wait for those big events to occur on the crypto market. Let's say Dogecoin's back at 70 cents or some crazy stuff like that. You guys know that I would assume sometime in the future that this stuff happens. Coin should have a good that should be a good environment for coin. I would assume that would be a good environment for coin. I don't know if I'm, I don't know if I'm 100% right here, but I would assume that is a good opportunity for coin if the crypto market gets hot again, if something, if you get some crazy hype around it again, which I'm sure some point in our lifetimes that will happen. So I think owning shares down here of coin is just not a bad buy. You're down here, you're finding really solid support. I think, in the long term, I don't think you'll be upset about owning shares of coin here. Unless something crazy happens, guys, who knows? Crypto is a very tough market. But at this point, you're buying it at a pretty good discount. So, I don't know. We'll see. Click the gear wheel. What are we looking at? How do I get the blank space? So if you go to time axis, the expansion area here is how you get the space on the left and right of the chart. So you can see 10. See how it's not much space. 100, you get a little bit more space on the right. That's I think that's what you're looking for. All right, that's coin, and then finally Disney, and then we'll get into some of the stuff that you guys want to look at, and then we got to get out of here. So Disney daily chart has been pretty sideways. You guys can see has been pretty sideways for some time now. But you're starting to heat up just a little bit. You're starting to get some lower highs coming in, or higher lows coming in. You can see 1, 2, 3, some higher lows coming in here. Can this thing push back up to 186? Maybe. However, I'd be very, speculative. I'd be very careful to see how it reacts at that 186, because you can see it has got rejected off that level multiple times. Even off really good earnings, it got rejected off that level. So keep an eye on that. Just wanted to show you guys Disney. It is holding up. It's making some higher lows. So maybe there is something here. It had a pretty good day yesterday. You guys can see on the 5-minute chart. Pretty good day yesterday here on Diz. Gave back some of it after 183 level. But I would just keep an eye on Diz, see how this thing performs this week. All right. So let's go ahead and get into some of the stuff that you guys would like to look at here. Yeah, Lucid Motors, what's going on? Everyone keeps on, things getting hurt. So let's get into some of the stuff that the members want to look at. Number one is Spot. Spot, we looked at that one yesterday. It's looking really good in my opinion. So here's Spot, guys. And a pretty nice downtrend has formed over the last few months, about the last year. But this time we are starting to get a little bit of a hold here at 210. Every other time that Spot, like over the last year, every time it broke lows, it moved down maybe another few percentage points. This time, it's definitely holding up a little bit, right? You're starting to get that hold here. However, you started to get that hold here as well, right? So you can see here's your hold. See this little double top that formed here back in March, and you got that push up to the uptrend. You can see you got a double bottom and then a push up to the uptrend. What does this look like, right? This is a double bottom. It's a little bit further away from each other. Double bottom and a push up to the uptrend. So, at this point, I would be, if you're in this trade, I would be trading it into that uptrend, and then I would be reassessing my position. I would be considering to taking profits, when you move into this 50 SMA, 100 SMA, and the downtrend. I would be careful there, because there is definitely some resistance at this downtrend that I don't know if I'd want to be playing with. Who was this? Morales, Spot. Trade it into the downtrend, reassess it at the downtrend, watch the 100 SMA and 50 SMA right here. That is where I'd be considering watching if there's resistance starting to come in. It's a nice bounce. It's a lot of green days in a row. If you caught it near the bottom, congratulations. There could be more upside, but just be aware of some of the resistance that you're going to approach here on Spot up to the upside here. Zoom for Hans. 4-hour chart. Actually, no, I can't even look at the 4-hour chart. I mean, I guess we can for now. Let me look at this. So really, in the large scale, I would be looking at this low here on Zoom for potential support down in the 270s, 274s. This whole area over here, this entire green zone, I'd be looking to see if it can start to hold there. At this point, you're getting somewhat of a hold here because of some strong market conditions, I believe. But, just a crazy dip on earnings maybe it's a buying opportunity. However, I personally think Zoom is, sort of deserves to be lower than where it is. Zoom got crazy hyped up. You guys know, if we go to this is the 5-year chart. This is pre-virus over here. Zoom was a, $60 stock. It went up to $5.88. It's been on a downtrend for a long time now. It's just been making lower lows. Is this a time that it makes another lower low? I don't know. This is a tough one, guys. I would not be a buyer of Zoom right now, and I probably would not be a seller of Zoom right now. So yeah, I would be someone that is being very patient here to wait where the next move is. I don't think it's presented itself. The next move has not presented itself, and I just don't really want to take a guess on this stock. It's either going to break this 270 area, drop below these previous lows. If we drop below these previous lows right here, this is definitely going to get ugly. If we hold that support here, maybe you can get the gap fill, right? Maybe here's your gap. Maybe you get the gap fill right here. Maybe that's what you get. And then maybe this is a buying opportunity for a gap fill trade back up to around 342. That's an opportunity as well. But I just don't know yet what's going to happen, right? So let's see. Let's wait. I think you just need some time on that, Hans. See what happens there. Qualcomm, if I'm not mistaken, Qualcomm had an okay day yesterday, except Qualcomm is another one that's just been sort of stuck in this area, right? We had, I'm going to delete that. We had some support come in here around 140. We broke above it. We retested it right here. Nice retest. We're pushing higher off 147s. And now the 152s will be levels. This will be a level to watch around the 151, 152 for potential resistance if we push up into that. But it's been stuck, man. I mean, it just seems like it's having a tough time under here. So you have this little bit of a downtrend that's formed. Who's this for? Zarya. So, I mean, I would look to see, can Qualcomm maybe break out of this flag here? You can see 1, 2, 3, resistance, a little bit of a flag here. Maybe this can push above. Maybe that can push above here for Qualcomm. That's what I would be watching. And then support at 140. Kathy bought 56 million worth of Zoom. Wow. Okay. So she's looking at a potential dip buy there. She's buying the potential dip buy. So watch this, guys. See if it can break Qualcomm, break that flag. That's what I'd be watching. All right, quickly over to Google. I'm going to have to go through these quick. A lot more people are submitting stuff today. Google, just going to continue with the NASDAQ here, guys. Congratulations to anyone that took this. Really nice break over 28.19. Once it broke over this high, I mean, it's just been nonstop. So I would just watch the 20 SMA on the 4-hour. If this pulls back to it, maybe it's a buying opportunity. Every time it's pulled back to it, you usually get a nice buying opportunity. What else can you say, guys, about Google? Google just goes up. I mean, if there's ever a dip on Google, buy it. That's all I can say, guys. I mean, every single time it has dipped, it has moved higher. So that's all you need to know. There's no reason to even ask me whether Google is worth buying because I'm going to tell you the same thing that you're already looking at. If Google dips, it goes up afterwards. So dip, 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 dip. If it dips again, you buy it again. So Google is crazy, and I just have shares of it. So really nothing else to say about Google. DOCS, doc. What is docs? Doximity? I've never heard of this stock. So daily chart. Looks like it's a recent IPO. It held a very nice retest level here. Look at this retest. So retest had resistance, broke through, retested, found support right here, and is moving higher. So at this point, I'd be pretty bullish on this thing. I don't really know this stock, so it's hard for me to tell. But this is a nice little retest here on the daily chart. Go to the 4-hour, you can see it even better. Previous resistance, turning into support, moving higher. Very bullish there, YT. mRNA, same exact thing. I'm going to say every single time. Resistance at 406, support at 357. As long as it's trading in between this level, I'm not touching it. So as long as it trades here, I'm not touching it. If it drops below 357, I sell it. If it goes above 406, you buy it. That's That's what I'm looking at. I'm just watching those levels. CrowdStrike, beautiful break and retest. Really, really nice. Now, the only concern is that it is earnings and maybe there's more downside to be had. But it's a social platform for doctors. Okay, that's interesting. Actually, that's an actually very interesting. That's a very interesting business. Yeah. So that's definitely nice. Little break and retest there. Docs, interesting. mRNA we already did. How you check docs before shop? I don't know what you're talking about, buddy. I'm looking at the stocks that are on the members list. There's no shop on here, so resistance. You broke through it. You came back to it on earnings. So in a normal environment, I would say this is a very nice break and retest. However, it's an earnings dip, so maybe there's more. So be careful here. However, keep an eye on this. 270s, if this holds, that's a nice break and retest on CrowdStrike. I would definitely keep an eye on that. AAL, not a stock I would trade. Devin, if you're looking to trade this, definitely not a stock I would be trading. It's not a lot of volatility in it, pretty slow. Maybe you buy it for some long-term shares, but also I think there might be better airline companies than American. I like Delta. They have the most cash on their balance sheet. I believe Delta is the cash-heavy airline. So I don't know. Airlines right now, airlines are just dead money right now, guys. I mean, you can try to catch some of this. Love, Dow, American. What else? You have Save, which is Spirit, and they're just dead. So it's tough. I wouldn't put your money in airlines. That's just my opinion. Affirm. Affirm's actually one that I have been looking at. Affirm looks pretty good to me. The nice push higher. If I go back, I have a lot of lines on this chart, so let me delete some of these lines here for you guys. Actually, I'm going to keep the lines on the chart because they're actually sort of important. So here's the daily chart on the firm. There are some levels to the downside I'm watching. So you have 84, 78, and 70. Those are previous resistance levels that broke through on this gap up. So you had the huge gap up, and these are the levels that I'd be watching to the downside. Now, in the short term, if I go to the shorter term here, let me delete some of these now for you. In the shorter term, what you're looking at here is you're looking at lows of 91. Don't want to see that break right here, lows of 91. And you're looking at these yesterday's highs of around 96. If you get through that, then you have the highs of Monday around 100. So that's what I'd be watching. I don't know if this move is over. I would say probably not. Because, maybe this is just a little bit of a pullback, in my opinion. Maybe a little bit of a pullback here over the last few days. You got to push higher. You got a small pullback. You held some really nice support here. If this holds, then I think there could be upside. But this one's tough. If you're bullish on it, it needs to hold 91. That's what I would say. Walmart, I got to get out of here, guys. Walmart, I'm going to finish the list, though. Walmart and pins, and that's it. So daily chart, Walmart, you got through that 147, 148 level, which was historically very tough. You broke through it, you retested it, and you're holding it once again. So just see if it can get above this 20 SMA on the daily. Just be careful of that. Who is this? Fly Guy. See this 20 SMA? You don't want to see that thing above the 20 SMA. That's right around 148.33. See how it reacts to that level. Finally, pins. Pins has been one that definitely could be a dip buy opportunity. However, it just has not presented itself as a buying opportunity. A lot of people asked me about pins a few weeks ago, and the one thing I told them was to watch 60 here. 60 right here on pins. You need to see that go above, right? You need to see this go above here on 60, right here. So watch to see if it goes above. If it goes above 60, maybe a retest, then maybe you can play that upside. But until this happens, I would not be touching pins there, right? I'd be waiting to see if it can break the 60, in my opinion. So That's pins, and now it's 8:55. These streams have gone from a half an hour to about an hour. So, if you guys, I'll put a poll here just real quick. So I want to see what you guys think. Do you want less? Do you want me to cut the time down on the streams, less of my schedule and more of just people's tickers that they post, or would you rather me continue to put in a good schedule that I make in the morning and take less of just user submissions? I'm always going to get to the members, but I haven't really had time to get to like some of you guys that just come watch and just spam tickers in the chat, which first of all is not going to help. Just to let anyone know, if you spam Square like 5 times in a row, it's not going to make me look at it. But do you want me to continue to make a good schedule of tickers that I'm actually looking at that have good setups, or do you want me to just go through, tickers that you guys put in the chat? I will quickly look at SKLZ as I wait for the poll to wait for the poll to finish. The reason I like SKLZ is one, RK is a shareholder, so looks like they have some type of interest in it. But I think SKLZ, guys, is just a technical bounce. That's all it is. Technical bounce off of historically very strong support, and it is pushing higher here. So yeah, 1063. Keep an eye on that. I think it's just a technical bounce. All right, so it looks like with already 90 votes in the bag, we're clearly at no. So unfortunately, this is a place where majority rules. We're not a dictatorship. So it looks like we will continue with the schedule, and we will continue to go over schedule because I just continue to go way too long. So if you do appreciate that, I hope that someone out there will press the like button for me. Let's get to at least 300 here on the like buttons, on the likes. So thank you guys again. Well, happy Wednesday. I'm gonna head over to the Discord and get our day started. If you want to join, check out that link down below. Shout out to our sponsor, MSI. You can see their logo down on the screen right there. Excuse me, sir, madam, are you saved? Not sure what that means. Anyways, shout out to MSI for sponsoring the stream. Thank you guys so much for all the help. It really has helped me set up everything. I knew nothing about streaming before they sort of helped me with some stuff. So shout out to MSI. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. For today, I forgot who asked me every day. Someone asked me my picks of the day. Picks of the day for me are going to be PayPal, Amazon, Affirm. I'm going to be watching LVS, but for you guys, PayPal, Amazon, Affirm are definitely 3 that I have on my watch. I'm definitely interested to see how Zoom does today after that big dip. And what else? I would say that's the big ones that I'm watching. What else had some movement yesterday to watch? I would say those are the big 4 for me. Yeah. Affirm, Amazon, PayPal, and Zoom. And yeah, CrowdStrike's not a bad one to watch either. All right, Gags. I don't know what you're talking about. You're going in timeout, buddy. All right, I hope you have a great day, guys, and I hope to see you in the next stream. Press that like button, subscribe, and I will talk to you later.